Hey guys, so a couple days ago, I finally went and saw Spider-Man: Homecoming. I actually saw it on opening night on Friday, and I'm doing this review on a Tuesday. um, I apologize. It's been a fucking busy weekend. I had a really busy weekend. I was surprised I even get to see Spider-Man: Homecoming with as busy of a weekend I have. I have family in town for the next few weeks, and it's going to kind of make it a little hectic. But I'm still going to be going to see the movies. I'm planning on see Planet of the Apes later this week. Probably not until Sunday, because I got a lot of stuff going on with family and work. It's like, yeah. So, Spider-Man: Homecoming was a movie that, it came out the day after my birthday, which was July 6th, and I really wanted to go see it on my birthday because there was Thursday night screenings, but again, I had stuff going on then. Because, I even got to see this movie for free, for fuck's sake, so that was kind of cool. I was like, well, if this movie sucks, I mean, at least I got to see it for free. So, this is a movie I was generally really looking forward to because this was the first attempt of Marvel, taking the reins of Spider-Man, like the character of Spider-Man, and doing their own film with it. Spider-Man was finally coming home to where it should be, and that is Marvel Studios, and not Sony Pictures. Even though Sony Pictures is still, from what I've read, they still have, a lot of say in the movies. It's Marvel's Studios' baby nowadays, and that's fucking awesome. It's damn right time for them to be given the reins to take control of this character that's so beloved by probably the most beloved Marvel superhero. Actually, it is. I probably would say the most beloved Marvel superhero in all of their comics, other than maybe Fantastic Four and X-Men. And I was I really, really was looking forward to this because I've always loved this. Spider-Man's always been one of my favorite comic book heroes. Hell, my phone's going off. And I've liked pretty much all the movies, except of course Spider-Man 3, and I didn't hate Amazing Spider-Man 2. It had a lot of problems, but I don't hate it as much as I hate Spider-Man 3. Well, I can't defend Spider-Man 3. But I was looking forward to this, and the reviews for this have been very good. Although right before I saw it, I saw some disappointment from fans coming in briefly, and I was told briefly some of the things that they were disappointed by. I was trying to stay away from spoilers as much as I could, but I was seeing some disappointment. I was like, okay, I want to see what my opinion on this movie is. I'm not a comic book fan, big comic book fan, so I'm not gonna get bitchy about stuff that they didn't do in from the comics and stuff like that. And if you want to know my opinion, I liked it. I did. I really, really, really liked it. In a year, like I said, when I saw Wonder Woman, this year has been a strong year for comic book movies. This is not my favorite comic book movie of the year. I'll say that right now. It isn't. Logan's still at the top, and it's probably going to be hard to beat. And man, I'm still really optimistic. This is between all the great comic book movies we've gotten so far, I am actually looking forward to Justice League now, officially. Just a little bit. But even Thor Ragnarok, they actually got me interested in a fucking Thor movie, which, other than the other two, really haven't had much of my interest. Whatever. So, Spider-Man: Homecoming. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Tom Holland, as I said in my review for Civil War, I said I heard somebody walking out of Civil War talking about how Tom Holland could possibly be the best Spider-Man ever, and his friend even said, "Well, let's wait until this movie comes out, before we." And I'm still not saying that for sure because that's, it's too fucking early to say because it's still one movie. But he is really good. He does what Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire kind of had a hard time doing, which is balancing being able to play Peter Parker and Spider-Man both simultaneously well and like convincingly. I would say Tobey Maguire played a great Peter Parker, but not a great Spider-Man, and the other way around with Andrew Garfield. But I think he does a really good job. And I like the fact that for this movie, it's really different from really any other Spider-Man movie we've gotten. Even though it has a lot of the same tropes, yes. But this isn't, luckily, a fucking origin story. It doesn't even have Uncle Ben at all. And Uncle Ben's not even mentioned in this thing at all, which I was kind of surprised by. Which was kind of refreshing. But also, for the first time ever, we see Peter Parker as a high schooler and not as like a college student. I know in the other movies he was a high schooler, but very briefly, not for a long time in those films. So, but this, from what I've heard, that all the Spider-Man films to come after this are pretty much going to be him still in high school. So that's kind of refreshing. I kind of like that, and it's kind of different take that we haven't seen on film with Peter Parker, and like he's still kind of new to this, and he's still kind of geeking out when talking about Captain America and all the other Avengers and stuff like that. He's looking from the outside. He's still kind of learning his powers and learning everything else, and he's just wants to be a part of the Avengers, but Tony Stark won't let him, and because he is a kid after all, Tony Stark realizes it's probably not a good idea to let a high schooler just fucking be an Avenger. He's gotta try to live his life as a normal kid as much as he could. I like that. I thought that was interesting, that Tony Stark is the one that gives him the suit, which I know that happened in Spider-Man or Civil War, but that was kind of briefly touched upon, I felt. But it's like, wow, it's kind of like he's like kind of given the same technology inside his suit is pretty much the same technology as when you see inside the suit, from his point of view from the suit, it's like looks like Iron Man and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of interesting. I know that's probably not even, like I said, that's completely different from the comic books, but this is like in the continuity of all the Avengers movies, which are completely different from most of the comic books. Tony Stark, he is in this movie, but he's barely in it. I've heard a lot of people worried that he was going to be in a lot of this movie. It was just going to be Tony Stark and Spider-Man in like a fucking small role compared to Tony Stark. Tony Stark's only in this movie very briefly. But when he's in it, is really good. I love the inclusion. I love their chemistry. Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. I thought they were freaking funny together. They were fantastic. Michael Keaton. I gotta talk about Michael Keaton for a second. I'm all full. I'm like just all on board right now with Marvel and the fact that they keep hiring some of my favorite actors to be villains in their movies, from Kurt Russell in Guardians to Michael Keaton in Spider-Man Homecoming, Cate Blanchett in Thor Ragnarok, Josh Brolin as fucking Thanos, and my God, man, you know what? I think they're starting to learn their lesson. They're hearing a lot of criticisms that they've been getting over the years that they haven't had really memorable villains. Michael Keaton is great in this movie. I've heard some people say it might be the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain. I low-key still, probably the standard bearer. But he is really good in this movie. The scenes where he's with Tom Holland and being intimidating as shit is really good. He's really good. He is intimidating as hell in this movie. There are scenes man, he literally threatens to murder him. And it's Michael Keaton, man, I love him as an actor. Just to see him as the villain is kind of fun. And I hate all the fucking comparisons to him just basically playing Birdman. Fuck off, people. I hate that. That drove me nuts every time I heard that. Oh, they're just playing Birdman. Um, Man, this is a movie I don't want to spoil too much. The action I thought was fine. I heard some people complain about the action. I like the action in this movie. I thought they did a good job of like not making like Peter Parker or Spider-Man way too superhuman, and that like he's still a kid, and so he has a lot of weaknesses to him, and it shows that, and I kind of like that. Um, I'm trying to think of all the other positives I want to say. Damn, it's very funny. It's a very funny movie. Oh, um, Marissa Tomei has probably the best line in the whole goddamn movie. It's the last line of the whole movie. How this movie ends is fucking hilarious. I won't spoil it, but like the line she delivers at the end of this movie is fucking hilarious. Marissa Tomei as like Aunt May, as a hot Aunt May, it's still weird. She's such a minor role in this that there's a lot of characters that are just kind of there. If there is a problem with this movie, there's one I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, like there's a lot of characters that are there, but they do somewhat serve the plot. There's the comedic relief best friend, who is the guy in the chair that's the running joke. There's like random. I know Betty Brant is in this. Like literally. The only reason you know it's Betty Brant is because her name is like at the bottom. Like she's doing a morning newscast for the school, and it's just like Betty Brant. Like it could have been named anybody, but it was just Betty Brant. I was like, okay, whatever. There's fucking shockers in this. Like what the hell? Like I was like, cool. We're getting Vulture and Shocker. Vulture, and I didn't realize fucking Shocker was in this. So, like, two villains we have never seen put on film, Spider-Man, which was kind of refreshing. Like, we're not getting Green Goblin again or stuff like that. And he, it's played by two different actors. Like, the first guy, spoiler alert, dies gruesomely, very gruesomely. That was insane. Like Michael Keaton's character, like I forgot to mention this, Michael Keaton's character is like you kind of understand where he's coming from. You get he's a three-dimensional character. Like you understand his motivations, you understand why he's doing what he's doing, and like how he got screwed over by the government and everything else by that. He was salvaging basically alien parts, and he was allowed to do that after the attack on New York during Avengers, and he is basically his whole program gets shut down, and he loses his job, he loses a bunch of money, and he ends up taking that technology. He still has some of it, and basically building the Vulture costume and stuff like that. And it kind of like links into the Avengers. That's how it links into the Avengers, really. But yeah, like Shocker's in this. And it's like I said, the first guy gets killed brutally by fucking Michael Keaton, and then the next guy steps up and becomes the Shocker, and it's like, yeah, it's like, whatever. Okay, I guess you should get one complaint. If there is one complaint, and this is dealing with something that I've heard a lot of people talk about. Like number one, there's only one thing I've heard people consistently talk about more than anything with this movie, and it is one character and one character only, and that is the character of Michelle. Now, I'll get into why. I'm gonna get into spoilers. So, if you don't want to know a certain thing about Michelle, the character of Michelle, click off now and watch the movie if you haven't seen it. So, okay, if you're still here, my main problem with this character is that it's pointless. It's a fucking pointless character. And it like she is there for no reason. She's this artsy stereotype. I've read somewhere that they were trying to make her like a tribute to Ali Sheedy. It's like if somebody in Ali Sheedy in Breakfast Club. It's like somebody took just read the cliff notes of the character that Ali Sheedy played in Breakfast Club, and just took out all the personality, the charm, or anything like that made her interesting in the first place, and it made her a three-dimensional character in the fucking first place, and just put it on screen and have her name Michelle, because she's just an artsy, weird chick that's social outcast who's like the true definition of a social justice warrior, one of the annoying ones out there. It's just that character serves no fucking purpose. She's just in the background at like for most of this movie, and I wouldn't have a problem with this at all. And I think I'm not the only one. And this is getting the spoiler part of this. If, and like I said, she's supposed to be like this homely looking girl, and the girl who plays her is like gorgeous looking, and I don't know why the hell they made her. But the only reason that she's in this fucking movie is just one throwaway line at the very end of this thing. And it is when, because she is talked, or she is, she's a part of this debate club that, or not the debate club, it's like an educational club, decathlon, educational decathlon that she's a part of Peter Parker. And they declare her as the new head of this decathlon at the end of this movie. And they're like, Michelle, you're the new decathlon leader. She said, oh, by the way, my friends call me MJ. And I'm like, really? I was spoiled that already before. And I was like, I'm not going to get pissed. Like, I wasn't like one of those people who was going to get pissed. I knew about it, that reveal, before I saw the movie. Somebody spoiled it for me. But if the character would have been interesting, I would have cared a little bit more. But it's like that character was there just for that one fucking throwaway line, and people have lost their shit about this. Like, I've heard some people losing their shit about it because she's not good looking, or like they made her not good looking. First off, they made her try to look homely and stuff like that, and she's black, or half. That's nothing. That's not a problem for me at all. But this is also the same movie that has like Flash Thompson's played by an Indian guy who's a nerd. So I mean, if you're having any problems with like that, and fuck off. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you're gonna have problems with MJ, but they're saying it's not supposed to be Mary Jane Watson, or like being this version of Mary Jane Watson. Which, okay, but then why the fuck did you put that line in there? Just so that people go, and maybe that line just maybe, I don't know. Other than that, like, I did like this movie. That's really my only complaint about this movie, is that fucking character. And it seems like I'm not the only one. But like I said, it's a very good movie. If you like Spider-Man, if you're a big fan of Spider-Man, you'll like this. It's a step in the right direction for this comic book character. I'm glad Marvel got the rights to it. Hopefully this leads to, because I saw this movie did very well, which I'm so happy about. I'm hoping this starts a new trend where Marvel starts getting the rights to a lot of different characters they should have the fucking rights to. Fantastic Four and X-Men are the two I'm saying right off the bat. Yep, those are the two that need to be coming over to Marvel. I've heard a rumor that there was a rumor a while back that like Marvel and 20th Century Fox were working together and maybe to make a deal with X-Men. Again, the money that they would spend they would get back. And I think they're going to get back with fucking Spider-Man. So this should be proven. Like, they don't have to worry about, like, spending too much money. They're going to get it back. Trust me, I believe that. So, I mean, people will go see more Avengers movies. If you have fucking X-Men in them, Wolverine, I know they're probably not going to have Hugh Jackman, but maybe they can convince him to come back. Maybe. I'm crossing my fingers. But, yeah. Hopefully this is a step in the right direction. This is a step in the right direction for the Spider-Man character. Bravo, Marvel, doing a good job with that character. Trailers. Damn it. It's been a few days. I have to refresh my memory what the hell I got. Oh. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Yep, this is happening. I don't know why it needs to happen. It's Jumanji is now a video game instead of a board game. And instead of like the kids get sucked into the video game, but they play the characters in the video game. So the nerdy kid is The Rock. The hot girl is Jack Black. The black kid is Kevin Hart. That's racist. Yeah, it's like whatever. It is kind of the only thing I found was disrespectful is that they announced this movie right after fucking Robin Williams died, which it might have been coincidence, but that's still, come on, man. Which I've heard they're gonna pay tribute to him somehow in some way. If they do, that's cool. Bravo. I'm not one of those people like I get pissed about this being happening, but it's just like, why? Like, I've heard, like, I'm in the same boat as everybody's like, why is this happening? Did anybody really want a Jumanji sequel? I don't know. It doesn't look terrible, I'll say that. Geostorm, this looks terrible. This trailer was wildly different than the first one. In that the first one was like, straight up disaster movie trailer, and this one just, it looks like a space adventure movie that just happens to have a fucking disaster movie happening at the same time, with Gerard Butler going up into space. Still the stupidest idea that I like the idea, like, oh, we're going to control the storms and stop, like, massive storms that kill a lot of people. But then we also have, like, if I remember, we have pods that cause storms, major storms, and they end up getting released for a malfunction or something like that. And I'm like, that is the stupidest concept ever. It's from the guy who produced fucking Independence Day and 2012 and all that other shit with Roland Emmerich, so what a fucking shock. It looks exactly like a fucking movie like that, so I'm not shocked whatsoever. Wonder, the trailer for Wonder. So the trailer starts out for this where a kid's wearing a helmet. He keeps wearing this like astronaut helmet like all around the town and everything else, and when he finally has to go to school, his mom and dad, played by Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson, tell him, you have to take the helmet off now, you gotta go to school. He takes it off and he's got a facial deformity, and I'm like, because like, if his facial deformity is like, is this a prequel to Eric Stoltz's The Mask? I'm serious when I said that. I'm like, is this like the younger version of that kid? But no, it isn't. I know it's not. It was a real guy. I don't think this kid had like as bad a deformity as that character did in the Mask movie, which I love. I love that movie. That's a great movie. If Julia Roberts is playing Cher in this fucking movie, that would be amazing. if Cher's role in this movie, that'd be amazing. I'd watch that. I'd seriously watch that. Cher was great in that movie. I'm not a big fan of Cher, but she was a good actress when she was given great roles. She was great in that movie. Wonder, it's their stereotypical movie. It's Oscar, again, like I said, with what was that movie, The Greatest Showman trailer I got about a week ago. It's like, yep, it's Oscar season, it's coming. So we're getting all these Oscar bait trailers so fucking quickly, and Wonder has Oscar bait so written all over it. Jesus Christ. Is it like, Oh man, is this trying to get some awards? You can fucking tell. So yeah, I mean, Oscar bait's not always bad. We will see. It doesn't look terrible. And Valerian and I don't know if I'm saying that right. A new trailer for Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I got this. It was the only trailer I got in 3D, and that fucking 3D was amazing. Like, I might just see this just for the 3D. The 3D was incredible on this thing. Really have no idea what the hell this movie's about. I saw reviews start popping up for it. It's getting good reviews. It's Luc Besson. That makes me kind of want to see it because of that. I actually had a request to go see this movie, so I might end up seeing it anyways. The 3D looks incredible, like I said. Seeing like the very little scenes I saw in 3D. This is a movie that's obviously made for 3D, from what I can tell. So yeah, that's as far as trailers go. I'll be back later this week, probably Sunday or Monday, with War for the Planet of the Apes. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.